Welcome back to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. I'm excited for today's pick a card. Today we're tapping into your next committed relationship. With who is that going to be with, and when will that happen for you? So my Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. Other than that, pause the video if you need more time with the piles, and you can always pick more than one pile for all of my readings. For group one, we have the Galactophane crystal point. And we'll be using the Tarot Illuminati. For group two, we have the Amazonite crystal point. And we'll be using the Cirque du Tarot. For group three, we have the Black Geode. And we will be using the Salvic Legends Tarot. And for group four, we have the Plum Tourmaline. And we will be using the Unicorn Tarot, or the Last Unicorn Tarot. So those are the piles. Those are our options. Like I said, pause the video if you need more time, but we're just going to jump right into it. All right, if you chose group one with the Galactophane crystal points and the Tarot Illuminati, this is your reading, okay? Tapping in to see your next committed relationship. Who will that be with? When will that manifest? We'll get all the details per usual. Spirit, this is for group one with the Galactophane. Please show us for group one their next committed relationship. Nice. First card we had that came out right away is courting. So for whatever reason, Spirit wanted to make sure you knew that this person is going to court you. And then I just heard properly. Court you properly. So you may be kind of in this place, group one, where you're tired of people, not taking you on like proper dates, not, allowing you to engage in the real courting process where it feels more official, where it feels more worthy of your attention, really. I mean, we even have going back to fix something that just came out as well. So this may be something that you've attracted through your own magnetism. And with going back to fix something coming out, it seems like you've noticed a trend in the options that you've attracted. I just heard within the last few years. For some of you, it's within the last few months, but you've kind of noticed a trend that you've been attracting a certain kind of partner. So whatever it is that's the cause of you attracting that kind of partner, you have now gone back to fix something within you, within your energy, within your environment, what you tolerate. Your boundaries have gotten a facelift. Your tolerance has gotten a facelift. It seems like you've made some sort of adjustment that is having a ripple effect into what you're attracting at this point. Could be a lifestyle change as well, I'm hearing. Some of you aren't going to certain places anymore. Wow, we have going steady and having the talk. So this could have something to do with like your throat chakra. For you, group one, this could have something to do with your communication. You want to go steady with someone. You're ready to move forward. And I can't help but to notice that this couple is just at the beach with their dogs. And everyone's just having the time of their life. But it's very simple. It's not like what social media would tell you is, what you should strive for. Social media will tell you strive for going into debt on Valentine's Day trying to show out. You know what I mean? And it seems like maybe you have come into this place where your priorities are a bit different and you want to go steady and you're like, okay, why am I not attracting relationships with people that end up long term, or where we're going steady? Why do things fizzle out after a few dates? Am I not picking the right partner? Am I not in the right energy? Am I not communicating properly? With having the talk, it's like you're communicating to people straight up what you will accept, what you won't accept, or what you're looking for and what you're not looking for. Right away, you're kind of having the talk with people. And maybe this isn't like, oh, first date, you're laying it all out there, coming in super intense. But this could be like a certain standard you set for yourself, like by the third date, I'm going to communicate to that person how I feel and whether or not I'm willing to move forward. And I expect to get, an answer back in return on that. Like something like that, like a new requirement that you really put on yourself. It's not even about other people, but it's just like, all right, I'm having the talk with people. We're DTR, determining the relationship. What are we? Where is this going? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? It could even be like a super sly kind of thing where it's like you don't even involve people too much in this process. This could just be something where it's like you're asking questions that kind of appear surface level, but really you're collecting valuable pieces of information through these questions, and you're just making your decision whether or not you call them back. Keeping the power completely in your hands. Not allowing people to fight for you that don't deserve you, because that's how a lot of people end up in lackluster relationships. They allow people to convince them that they're going to change or that they're a good fit, even after, they see like, even after you see like, okay, this person isn't a good fit. A lot of people get tripped up by allowing people to continue to pursue. And then they confuse like the pursuit itself with like genuine feelings for someone. Yeah, we have leveling up. So something has definitely changed within you internally, group one. I'm not getting very much about the person quite yet. I'm kind of surprised because this is a romance deck. And it's like everything is about like kind of structure or you. We did get the courting card, but nice. Okay, I like that. I like that. We got soulmate and life partner. So Spirit's like, here, agree. You were saying? Okay. We got it. We got life partner and we got soulmate. So it looks like you're looking for something more serious, but even if you're not, that is what you're attracting. So that's what happens when you level up your standards, your beliefs, level up your boundaries, etc. You definitely start to attract higher level like love offers and things like that. So that's exactly what's happening for you. It feels exciting. You're definitely tapping in and bringing in like soulmate energy into your life and life partnership. Something about this feels like it's interesting because it's like not super deep, but it's also not surface level. I don't feel like the person has to be super spiritual or they have to be super deep or super aware of their shadow, super like, into self-help, etc. It's like not deep in that way. You're looking for deep connection, more like loyalty, deep loyalty and commitment to the relationship itself versus like, oh, this person has to be so deep as a person and we always have to be having these super deep conversations. So Spirit, can you show us their next committed relationship? Who is this person? Who are they? We got Mars that wanted to jump out. This person could have some fire energy in their chart. I didn't even see Aquarius fall out the deck, but there it is. And we have Jupiter. So Jupiter rules Sagittarius. And then we have Aquarius here. Jupiter is 4th house energy, the planet of home, expansion, growth, higher learning, knowledge. Jupiter also rules foreign travel and foreign partners. So this could be someone from a different culture or country than you. Wow, we got Pluto. We have Earth, and then we have the Sun. So I actually like that. I like that we're getting a lot of elements versus zodiac signs because it just feels like that's so up your alley. Like instead of like, you may even be challenging yourself like not to be so concerned about, okay, what zodiac sign is this? It's like, okay, I have to look at their entire chart to get a good idea with someone. If I want to integrate astrology, I can't just know their sun sign and make decisions based off of that. That could have even got you in trouble before, like just knowing their sun sign and assuming you knew someone. And then it's like, oh, once you know more about their chart or once you really get to know that person, it's like, oh, there's so many other things that affect them, so many other things that actually overrule their sun sign. People typically appear more like their rising sign or like their Mars sign, considering that Mars placement is like how you take action, how you go to war, etc. So when you're exerting energy, you're in your Mars energy. So a lot of people can be, if you could have a whole Cancer sun that appears like pure Aries energy. And it's like, why is this Cancer so fiery? Aren't they known for being emotional and soft, ruled by the moon? And it's that Mars placement. So anyways, I'm feeling a level up, like really on all levels with you. But as far as this person, okay, so their energy is quite dynamic, not gonna lie. I mean, Aquarius, not in a bad way, but Aquarius is the water bearer. So it's an air sign, but an air sign that has learned to, it's almost like an air bender. You know, Aquarius being the water bearer, they're actually in control of the water element, and the only sign in the zodiac wheel that has control of another element. So it does kind of represent, Aquarians can be very, very smart, and so smart and intuitive that a lot of the times they may not even know like how they get the answers or how they end up, you know, in certain positions. It doesn't even always have to be conscious. But the thing is, we got Pluto, we got the Sun and Jupiter. We got our big boy Jupiter. We got our outer boy Pluto, which is like the planet of death, rebirth, regeneration, dismantling. And then we have pure fire, life-giving masculine energy Sun. So this combination, even Earth is actually quite chaotic energy. Just think about the stuff that happens on Earth, like a tsunami, a hurricane. That's not love and light. That's pure divine chaos. You know, tornadoes, volcanoes, earthquakes, like even the way that things grow is very chaotic. Like you'll see like an abandoned RV in the middle of the forest, and there's vines growing literally through like the metal and whatnot, depending on how long it's been there. It's very viral. It's very chaotic energy. It's relentless energy. Even though it can be very grounding, it's also very intense when you really think about it. So I feel like all of these placements have their own intensity to it. Your soulmate, your life partner, is definitely next level. Definitely next level. This is one of those moments where it's like, be careful what you wish for, because you definitely stumbled upon someone with a lot of personal power, someone who has a lot of character, someone who you probably wouldn't assume is any sort of threat, or you wouldn't assume isn't as smart as they are. But this person, like, I don't know how to describe their energy. It just packs a punch. We have the Sun and Pluto, so this is likely going to be a divine masculine. Pluto is more of a malefic planet, so this person does have like a strong shadow side element. We have Earth and Jupiter here. And the thing about Jupiter is like, yeah, it's the planet of like growth, expansion, even luck, but also Jupiter can kind of like exasperate things and blow them out of proportion. I remember I had like a conjunction in my chart with Jupiter and another planet, and I was so geeked before it happened. And then by the end of it, I didn't have no edges left. Okay. It took me, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I had to take a period of recovery. And I understood a lot more about Jupiter after that, but it can be an exasperator. So, whoo, we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the Tarot Illuminati or tarot deck that we're using. So I feel like you have to have a strong sense of self to deal with this person, because not going to lie, their energy is very, very overpowering. Almost vampiric, I want to say, not gonna lie. Like, it's giving Edward Cullen, like this person has the ability to, well, not even Edward Cullen, because it feels like there's an element of mind control that comes with this person. And it feels like very automatic. This person is very persuasive, but it's not in a psychology kind of way. And that's what I was saying with Aquarians. It's not all mind games. It's not all intentional. It's just the way they move is naturally in a way that can bring them the most beneficial results, which is why people say like, oh, Aquarius is so aloof. No, they're not. No, they are not. No, they're not. They're not aloof. They know what they're doing. Don't let an Aquarius gaslight you, okay? And if you're an Aquarian about to get in the comments like, we're not, we're nice, we just, when we're pushed to the edge, you stop that. You stop that. You know you guys are evil geniuses. Anyways, Spirit, for group 1, what else can you tell us about this relationship? How is this relationship manifesting? We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This person may have some sort of leverage over you when it comes to money. There's like an energy of you not having to worry about money with this person, or this person leveling up your finances. So, you know, this person may have quite a lot of like knowledge about money and how to make your money make you money. So like they know exactly where and how to invest your money to make it automated income for you. Seven of Pentacles came out, also in reverse as well. So there's like this energy of you not having to work as hard. Also, I'm hearing you get me. So it does seem like you really understand this person. I just feel like you guys have met your match. So if you're dark feminine or dark masculine, or if you're like someone who's really connected to your own shadow, yeah, you guys are definitely meeting your match through each other. Like this is going to be a very intense connection, unless you're just naturally more like subtle, truly in your feminine energy, in the sense that you're more receptive and kind of go with the flow. This is going to be probably an explosive connection, but in the best possible way. I'm so glad that life partner came out, because that's our saving grace, letting us know that you guys are working through it and it's not like manifesting as a bad thing. But this person's energy is so intense. So maybe you like that intensity. They definitely give you a lot. If you're someone who needs to be like intellectually stimulated, they definitely give you a lot to work with, because this person has so many sides to them and they're just so freaking intelligent. It's like they're literally tapped into the universe. Nice. We got the Sun card here, Leo energy. And the Sun card is kind of about like being a child again and going back into that childlike space where you allow the universe to provide. So it definitely looks like this person is a provider. And we did get the Sun that came up for them as well. We have the Hangman. It's like you can have everything, Hangman, if you surrender. Like something about this just feels kind of eerie and scary, but also so alluring. And that's why it has that kind of vampiric tinge to me, because it's like you want to go towards them. Everything about them pulls you in, just like Edward says in the movie in Twilight. But at the same time, it's like there's something, I don't want to say very wrong here, but like very dark here. I can't put my finger on it. We have the Queen of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. So again, I feel like you're meeting your match with this person. I feel like they're not ready for you either. And that's the thing about soulmates. You know, Spirit puts romantic partners in our life as soulmates because it helps us grow and expand. We learn a lot and experience a lot through soulmate connections. And it's the perfect thing to get you to agree to a bunch of lessons and growth opportunities in a short period of time. Because if your job is crap, you're going to leave that job. You're going to be quick to leave that job. But if your relationship is a little rocky, you're less likely to leave it, because there's all sorts of other things involved. Like, I don't know what it is about people and relationships that just kind of bring that crazy commitment out of you that you never thought you would hang on to someone, but they do. You may be seeing a lot of 222. We got the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords in reverse. So definitely an illuminating connection. And with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like you're grounding your old reality into your new reality through this connection in some way. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Wands. So it's like you're learning Four of Pentacles in reverse to surrender to another person, but also to the universe. You're learning to surrender in a relationship, not even surrender, but to let go and to allow. Queen of Wands while still maintaining your power. So it seems as if you're more in this Queen of Wands energy for now. With that leveling up card and going back to fix something, it's like you've definitely taken control and authority over your life and, you know, the situation. But now it's about taking that a step further, and Four of Pentacles, letting go and trusting that the work you've done will be applied when needed. Spirit, can we get a timeline for group one? This may have already came in. We got Virgo season. We get some more information. This is going to come in when it's meant to come in. Spirit is kind of like, don't press the issue kind of energy. So far we have wait out for a better time and focus on something else. So I feel like the work that you were supposed to do has already been done, with you leveling up, going back to fix something, working on activating your throat chakra. And I would say continue to go on dates, especially if you're dating right now, because all of that is giving you more experience. That's why I don't personally like to go too much, like do too many timeline readings, like when, because it can be kind of a crutch for people to stay in the same spot. Like the timeline is what it is because you're doing what you were called to do. That's what's aligning you to that. So sometimes people get the timeline and they're like, oh, cool, this is going to come in by the end of the year. I'm good. So they stop doing everything that actually aligned them with it. So I feel like your part is literally just leveling up and going back to fix something. But even so, continue to go on dates because those things are bringing you closer to this. But this person, I definitely feel like is going to approach you first. You're going to feel their energy. This person is very physically attractive. I can just feel it in my spirit. I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot. My right ear is burning as well. We have Virgo season, which is August 23rd to September 22nd. So that just passed. And then we have June here as well. So this could happen like summer, fall next year, or this could be something that was already supposed to manifest. But if you're getting in your own way right now, then there may be some delays. Spirit is like, yeah, this was supposed to come yesterday. This was supposed to have been here. We have Leo season, which is July 23rd to August 22nd. So that's the season before Virgo season. So not gonna lie, I feel like this was supposed to happen already. And if you're feeling like there's something going on with your timeline, like something wrong, something not manifesting as soon as it should, I can feel that as well. I can see that reflected in your card. So I would say continue to level up. If Spirit has been calling you to go back and fix things, that's what's actually aligning you to your soulmate. So it kind of depends on what you do a bit as far as when this will come in. It should come in sooner rather than later. It feels like there's almost a delay as if it was already supposed to be here, really. And yeah, that's what I got for you, Group 1. My Etsy is in the description. If you'd like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And that's what I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose Group 2 with the Amazonite and the Cirque du Tarot, this is your reading, okay? We're going to see your next committed relationship. Who is that going to be with? And when? Spirit, this is for Group 2. Group 2 with the Amazonite. Please show us for Group 2 their next committed relationship. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. I actually never had these two come up in the same pile before. We have quantum advancement and quantum entanglement. And then we have divine counterpart and meant to be. So it seems like you had to untangle yourself from some sort of quantum or karmic relationship, some sort of, like, it seems like your energy was tied up. And also, if you're feeling that already and you've been called to do some clearing work, I would definitely say that's a go for sure. Definitely do that because now you can see like how it's positively affecting your future. I do spell work and custom candles on my Etsy shop, so I can always help you out with that. But quantum entanglement is essentially, usually that happens through like physically intimate relationships, but it can also happen through, honestly, I just recently saw this in a dream space relationship, which is so insane. So insane. Someone that I know has been meeting up with someone in the dream space to the point where they finally astral traveled together, and it confirmed like, this is actually not just a dream that I'm having. This is not an obsession. This person literally told me, the next day at work, like, I dreamt about you. And she's like, what do we do? And they literally described the dream. And anyways, I say all that to say, baby was so blown away. And that's the same, so this could happen, in that way. This can happen emotionally if you spend a lot of time thinking about someone. This could be mentally. It doesn't always have to be a quantum entanglement that is physical. But we have quantum advancement, so it does look like you are managing to untangle yourself, which is good, and it's causing you to kind of connect with the person you're meant to be with. I feel like there may have been like a spirit or an energy that was just really liking you and attached to you. It seems like you had the same kind of partner manifesting through person after person after person. That's how you know it's more of like an entity thing where that spirit's just jumping into the next available body and then having them chase you down and try to trick you into a relationship that's really just some karmic BS. Yeah. It feels like it was a long time coming. We have meant to be and divine counterpart, which is so nice. So I feel like this is the person you were always meant to be with. This almost makes me feel like group 2, you have some sort of higher purpose with this person, because with meant to be and divine counterpart, typically a divine counterpart is a specific kind of connection where it's like you have what the other needs, and then that coming in with meant to be representing like universal support and the fact that spirits, you know, kind of blessing this connection and leading you together. This is the person you're meant to be with. That really feels like there may be some sort of higher purpose you guys are meant to carry out with each other. Spirit for group 2. Their next committed relationship. So far we can tell it's going to be a good one, a deep one with divine counterpart. This person is going to understand you in ways that you probably haven't felt you've been understood. It's like they just get you. Oh, I didn't even notice that we had this card that flipped over. Making a connection. So it looks like this is likely going to be a new person. If it's not a new person and it's someone that you know, I would definitely say not someone you've dated, being that you're making a connection just now. This feels very forward facing, as if it's something like, you know, coming towards you in the near future. And we'll get a timeline as well, of course. Oh, we have multiple options. Oh my goodness. So you listen, we're going to see who you're going to commit to. We have the courting card that just flew out last minute as well. But there are multiple people, not going to lie, that are trying to court you and make a connection with you. I wonder if you just have a higher purpose group 2, especially if you've been called to something. Like if you feel like really passionate about something and it feels like no matter how hard you try, you can't stop thinking about it, talking about it. It feels like it's deeply embedded in your spirit, something that you like have to do. I feel like that's your purpose kind of emerging. So definitely lean into that. I feel like it's going to be really lucrative for you, really good for you, give you like a whole sense of higher purpose that you haven't experienced up until now. But we have making a connection. So I do feel like this person is new, and I do feel like you're going to meet them on your road to your purpose. So it seems like just before things pop off and get really exciting, it feels like that's when you're meeting this person. All right, let's see their energy. Well, with multiple options in courting, there are a lot of people trying to get into your life, trying to talk to you, be close to you at this time. So just be mindful. I'll check from the tarot, you know, like who's worth giving a chance to. We have Mercury, the planet of higher learning, communication, the planet of the gods. So I would say tapping into your crown chakra and your third eye chakra is really going to help you make your decision. Mercury rules Virgo. I'm pretty sure Virgo. I always forget who Mercury rules in terms of zodiac signs. We have water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in terms of zodiac signs. But as an element, you know, water kind of represents intuition, femininity, receptivity, the subconscious, the unconscious, the unknown. Oof, we have Pluto. And we have Libra. So this person is romantic. They have this romantic edge to them. I feel like you're really their person. To be honest, I feel like other people get a totally different version of this person than you do. It's like you get the soft, present version of this person, whereas everyone else gets like the cutthroat boss version of this person. And with Mercury here and water, it's like this person is really a one person kind of person. They like to make connections with one person at a time and really one person only. Not gonna lie, they do stay stuck on people for quite a while. So this person will likely have been single for years, plural, when you meet them. Because they're not the kind of person that goes through relationship after relationship. They're kind of they just like to find their person, and then they make a deep attachment to them, and then they will completely take themselves off the market and put themselves like into introvert mode when they're not in a relationship. And it's like the only way a relationship comes through for them is like by the grace of God, because this person doesn't really market themselves as like available. So they're making a very, very deep attachment to you. And I feel like you're the only person they open up to with Mercury and water. This person feels very vulnerable with you. They feel very safe with you, but I feel like that's different for them. They don't typically feel this way. I feel like Pluto kind of overrules the other elements that came out to describe them. You know, Pluto being the planet of death and rebirth. It's like this person isn't afraid to lead with an iron fist. This person really feels like a shark when it comes to business. Like business keeps being highlighted for me. Like this person in business is cutthroat and very, very smart. We have Pluto and Libra here. So Libra is like the only element to this person that really kind of softens them up. Well, water too. Water too. And Mercury actually isn't bad either. Unless it's Gatorade. But yeah, with Libra, I feel like, you know, you're their person. Libra can be very aesthetic. It is ruled by Venus. It is 7th house energy. 7th house in astrology is like the planet, or not the planet, but the placement of relationships, the house of relationships, partnerships, marriage, contracts, that kind of thing. So this person takes their relationship with you very seriously. And they make a deep attachment to you. Like I keep being drawn to the deep attachment that they're making to you. I don't know what's up with that. Even Pluto is giving me deep attachment energy, which I never ever feel because it's the planet of like regeneration. Pluto doesn't attach. Pluto dismantles and moves on when it needs to, period, point blank. But even the Plutonian energy for me is coming through as an attachment for whatever reason. Like we have air here. So that would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in terms of signs. Air as an element is all about intelligence, higher learning. It's something that can't be seen either. It can only be felt. And I feel like that perfectly describes this person. Like you'll only even see them when they really want you to. They may have something like that in their astrology chart. I have seen that. There are placements in astrology that makes you invisible, meaning people can't really perceive you. When you leave, it's like a fever dream. It's like people know that they've seen you or someone interesting in their head, but they kind of like have this weird sense of being dazed. There are placements like that for sure. So I feel like this person may have one. Spirit, how is this relationship coming together? We have the 8 of Cups bringing me back to the quantum entanglement. So I feel like this could be mutual on their end and also on your end. Both of you may be walking away from relationships as you're moving forward. Like as you're moving into this relationship, it may literally come on the heels of you leaving an old partner, an old relationship. We have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is fire energy. Knight of Swords is air energy, and air just strokes the fire. It intensifies it. So if you're a fire sign, this person has a lot of air energy going on. You're just going to stroke their fire and make them feel so activated. Like they're going to be so obsessed and in love with you, not going to lie. It feels like one of those where it's like they're obsessed, like deep, 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 deep attachment. Almost to the point where this person may turn a little, like they may turn into kind of like a baby a little bit with you, to be honest, because you just make them feel so safe. Knight of Swords, you did what needed to be did. You had the conversations that needed to be had, and the Knight of Wands, you moved on with passion and on to better things. So if that's how you feel in life, like you're getting closure, even if it's not communicatively, because that's one of the things that I learned from past relationships is you don't always need to have the person that you're with or other people validate you through communication. You can get that through communication from the universe, communication from your own inner knowing or your higher self. You don't have to have, someone say this is over or have an official conversation to get closure. You can get that on your own. So if you feel like there's just like a season of endings that's going on in your life, even things that have nothing to do with love, that is leading you to this relationship, I'm telling you. And right now you're untangling yourself. So keep going. It feels hard. I know it's hard. 8 of Cups. You're walking away from past relationships for sure. And I feel like you guys are mirroring each other's energy. If I had to say, I would say they probably did this a couple years ago, but they're just now processing all that they've been through. Or we actually do have the Hermit in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So maybe it's been that both of you have been out of relationships for a while, but Hermit in reverse, you're finally opening up to dating people again. And like magic, this person is suddenly appearing where it's like, you may talk to them and you may meet them, like say you meet them at the gym or something. It's like, oh, are you new here? No, I've been going here for 3 years. What? How have you been going here for 3 years? I've been going here for 3 years myself. Like, how have we never seen each other? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe both of you guys have placements that kind of make you invisible or hard to see, hard to catch. But it's like Hermit in reverse, you guys are finally opening up to the possibility of dating new people, either that or you're in a new environment. Ooh, we got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. That's an energy. I just heard losing furniture. So maybe you lost, your favorite couch in the divorce with your ex, or maybe you had some sort of situation where you had to move very unpromptedly, quickly, and you lost some sort of furniture or you lost something. 10 of Pentacles in reverse is like, Queen of Cups in reverse. Oof. It's like what you worked for in Queen of Cups in reverse, what you love, the things and people and places you had deep attachments to are now dismantled. It's not the same anymore. You had to let go of them. So it feels like you had to flee or you had to leave a situation unexpectedly or very quickly. And that meant leaving behind some things that you love dearly, Queen of Cups in reverse. But here we got the Hermit in reverse coming out all the way. So not at the bottom of the deck anymore. It's actually came out on the table for you. So Spirit is saying to replace it with something better. Surprisingly enough, those things were holding you back. I'm hearing Spirit saying like, what's, furniture. You can always buy new furniture, but you cannot always be free from that ex, from that town, from that relationship. I'm even hearing parents. So someone may have gotten kicked out from their parents' house, or in more extreme situations, maybe even evicted. But we have the 8 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So Spirit is saying, trust that slowly but surely things are rebuilding. We have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So a lot of like intention, a lot of fire energy. Queen of Wands, you know who you are. You know what you want moving forward. You know what you will and will not tolerate. No one can fool you at this point. And Ace of Wands, it seems like you have something, either some information. This could be a book. Spirit is really highlighting that book. Read that book on your shelf you got a long time ago. It's going to help you. I'm also seeing the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. I'm pretty sure that book is called by Deepak Chopra. You can find it on Amazon for like less than 15 bucks, but that book is a quantum leap. It's an amazing book. It doesn't matter where you are in your spiritual journey. It doesn't matter what you believe either. It's like a book that can be applied to whatever you already believe and really help you with manifesting. So I would recommend that. Let's get a timeline for you, Spirit, for group 2. What are we looking at time-wise? We got Leo season that jumped out. It says, don't wait. Ooh, Leo season actually just passed, or I guess not just passed, but passed a little while ago. So maybe this was already supposed to manifest for you. If there's something that you're holding back on, like, holding on to this relationship, and it's like, you're feeling every call in the world to leave, but you don't want to lose that furniture. Or holding on to that job, holding on to that living situation because it is all you know and at least it's something. I would definitely say this is the time to let go because it really is aligning you with so many better things, and I feel like this was already supposed to manifest. I don't feel like this is giving like, oh, next year type of energy, but it does depend on when you're watching this. Some of you may be watching at a later date than when it is posted, and these are timeless. Spirit, can I get some other information on the timeline for group 2? Yeah, we have Summer that just wanted to jump out. I feel like this was supposed to manifest already. Group 1 was kind of getting that energy too. You may have been called to pick group 1, or there may be something going on collectively in terms of timelines. And I was getting that. I was getting it super heavy a few months ago, where it's like time was so off, but I just got it again earlier. Was that earlier this week, or was that last week? Yeah, I think it was last week, where it's like time started to warp and feel off again. And I kept feeling like it was a certain day and it had been a few days prior or a few days later. So it may be something shifting like with the timelines for everyone, because I know everybody felt it a few months ago. There was no way, like people who aren't like, dang, you guys are getting really quick energy. People who aren't even spiritual were picking up on it. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, something is going on with the timelines. And I love being that person in the friend group or in the family where it's like, my whole family, like, is super religious. And they'll hit me up like, hey, is there something going on right now? I feel weird. I love that. But we have minutes and in the next few days. So you guys, like, it feels like it was already supposed to happen, not gonna lie. But we have focus on yourself. So Spirit is saying, if you're trying to manifest this, manifest it through detaching yourself from whatever quantum entanglement you're in. That's going to naturally bring this about, because some of you may be wanting to focus on manifestation in itself versus manifesting through yourself and through your current circumstance. There is some sort of leap of faith, not gonna lie, that I do feel Spirit is kind of calling you to. I'm gonna pull one from there and one from here. Wow, we have manifesting dreams. At the bottom of that one, it says, my dreams are coming true. And then we have the Fool's Embrace, number 22. And it says, transmuting pain. Your manifestation is coming through transmutation of your own pain, of that quantum entanglement. Like, how many cards need to come up for us to get it? For us to like really let it sink in and accept it. Because Spirit is like really highlighting that, like, listen, you're going to manifest your dreams through manifesting your pain, through healing of that quantum entanglement, through forgiving your parents, through forgiving your ex, through letting whatever material possessions go, through making that leap of faith and moving to that new place that you're called to, or going to that new space that you're being called to. I feel like it feels like such a huge risk, but it's really just, you know, getting out of your comfort zone, and it's going to feel a lot better, especially once you're with your new boo. That's what I have for you, group 2. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And that's what I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 3 with the Black Geode and the Salvic Legends Tarot, this is your reading, group 3. We're going to figure out everything about your next committed relationship. Who will that be with? When is that coming in for you? We'll get all the juicy deets. Spirit, for group 3 with the Black Geode, please show us their next committed relationship. Nice. Right away, we got long-term coming. Oh, goodness gracious. As soon as I get all excited, I'm like, yes, you got a long-term relationship coming through. We got multiple options. So the plot thickens. But we have long-term here. So right away, Spirit is letting you know, group 3, that this will be a long-term connection. So if you've been trying to manifest a connection that will be in your life for an extended period of time, that's not short-term, something that's stable, something that is long-lasting, I do see that happening for you. But there is also multiple options coming through, not gonna lie. So let's see. We got going steady. You may have been called to pick group 1. I'm just now remembering I never actually clarified what the best course of action was for them, because I wanted to help them navigate through having multiple options. But I'm just now remembering I forgot to do that. So Shout out to them. Hopefully they make it through. But we do have going steady. So there does seem to be one main person. And I feel like you're going to know group 3 by the fact that this person is offering you long-term stability. That's going to be like the guiding light. That's going to be the biggest indicator that this is the person you've been waiting for. Especially if you've been really trying to anchor in a long-term relationship in your reality, it feels kind of like a no-brainer that you would go for that person and pursue the connection with someone who seems more serious. So I feel like you'll know. Nice. We got soulmate here too. So a very intense connection. And then we have air energy. So I have another deck I'm specifically going to pull from to get like their zodiac sign, their energy, etc. But we have air energy coming out right away. So in terms of signs, that would be like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But air energy in its own, like as an element, is more about like someone who's connected to higher realms, someone who's intelligent. I'm also hearing emotionally intelligent. So specifically, Spirit is saying when it comes to, right away, I'm feeling this energy for you, group 3, where you may have dated someone where it's like they kind of pretended they didn't know what you were talking about as soon as you started to talk about something serious. That was something that like came through super strong. So with this person, you can have intelligent conversations with them and they have like that emotional intelligence where they understand your feelings. When you started to talk about your feelings, maybe you dated someone who was like totally brainy, smart, but soon as it came to like the emotions of it all, they just did the ooh, like they turned into Crunk from Emperor's New Groove. If you know, you know, like, you know, just someone who's not exactly tapped in. But I'm getting free spirit energy. I feel like this person likes to travel. They like to have fun. And that's what I'm being drawn to with the soulmate card. I love how they're both allowing their inner child to kind of come out and allowing themselves to play together. So I feel like that's something you guys are going to really enjoy doing with each other, even though, you know, you guys both may mutually be like grown adults. It's like you allow yourselves to play with this person. You allow yourself to experience fun with them. So something about it feels very different. I feel like this is definitely going to be a new love connection as well, because there seems to be some sort of shift in your energy with multiple options where you're attracting new people. But we have getting to know each other here as well. So I see you guys spending a lot of time getting to know each other. Honestly, that may be a non-negotiable for you at this point, group 3. Like you may feel like, okay, I have to take things slow and I have to really get to know someone in order to open up to them and to allow them into my life. That may be something that you require. Like if someone is trying to rush me and, you know, they don't really know me on a deep level, you may not be able to accept that anymore. Wow, we have secret admirer. So this person is likely going to notice you before you even notice them. This person seems to be very interested in you and already watching you. Like whenever you watch this video, it seems like this person is in your energy. Oh no, I just heard remote viewing. So if this person has any sort of placement in their chart that kind of makes it easier for them to travel to higher realms, typically like if they have a lot of air energy in their chart, Mercury energy in their chart, even Uranian energy, Neptunian energy is really good for that. Pisces, Aquarius, these kind of placements kind of tend to just have this weird connection to higher realms. Gemini as well. Can't forget Gemini with all that duality. All right, Spirit, well, show us for group 3. What is their sign? What is their energy? What do they like? Who is this person? We have Aries here coming out right away. So someone with a strong sense of self. I also just heard a strong sense of belonging. So I feel like when it comes to your life, this person naturally feels like they fit in. They get along with your friends. They get along with your family. It's like if friends and family or friends or family, either or. are very important to you. Like, it's important to you that your you know, people closest to you like the person that you're with. I feel like this person fits right in. Also, I'm getting an energy of they get your jokes. So if you have like a unique sense of humor, like a dark sense of humor, or you're very sarcastic, or if you have a very dry sense of humor, most people don't get the dry sense of humor. You know, it's kind of like Will Ferrell energy, very dry, and it's like hilarious, but you kind of have to already kind of like that and get it. You have to kind of understand it to really enjoy it. It's giving a little bit of that vibe. So if you're someone who's like, or deadpan, I'm hearing, if you're someone who has like a unique sense of humor or a unique way of relating to people, this person is going to be fine with that. They're going to get it. Okay. We have Aries, and then we have Saturn coming through. So something about them can be very serious. Also, I'm getting a little bit of an intimidating energy, not going to lie. And now we have Taurus coming through, which can be very bullheaded, but can also be very keep the peace. Like Taurans, they have this uncanny ability to not give a F. I don't know what's up with that, but I have a best friend who's a Taurus, and the way you cannot bother this lady is actually insane. Like, the way that she's like the kind of person where it's like we could be, you know, getting out of a concert, waiting at the hot dog stand, and there could be a whole brawl going on behind her, and she's literally on her phone scrolling, waiting for her hot dog, like unbothered. It's not my business. Like, I'm like, what's up with that? Taurus, I feel like Taurians are the best at magic as well, or the best with working on social media and things like that, because they don't give a F. Like, they really don't at the end of the day. Rowdy, mad customer, Taurus doesn't care. Anyways, I'm ranting about Taurus. We have Aries, Saturn, and Taurus. So this person has this ability to kind of check out and not give a F, but at the same time with Aries, when they're passionate, they're passionate. And we have Saturn, which is the planet of time, or not the planet of time, but kind of like that father time type of energy, and the planet of karma, phases, cycles. So something about them feels very stable. This person likes to do things in order. I do feel like this person would consider themselves maybe to be quirky, because they do have some like random beliefs that mean a lot to them, but seem to be like they don't make sense. Like, for an example, this person may believe like you have to stand up when you eat. So they may stand up when they eat, and it's like, what? Like, and it's just their thing. I feel like they have things. Like, I'm also feeling that with their items. I feel like this person may be a collector of something. Very unique person, Spirit. Who is this? Tell us more about this person for group 3, their energy. We have Jupiter, the planet of home, expansion, higher learning, travel. This person could even be from a foreign country. You could meet this person as you're traveling. I feel like I was feeling that before, but I don't remember if I was feeling that this person is adventurous or they may like to travel. But I'm getting that with Jupiter. And then with Pluto, it seems like this person kind of constantly recreates themselves. So you guys may start a new life together where both of you kind of separate from everything that you've known. Something about this feels like it's time. It's time for you guys to fly the nest, and you end up doing that together in some way. So you may end up making a significant move through this relationship. You may even live with a romantic partner for the first time if you've never had that experience through this relationship. Yeah, that Jupiter energy is coming through super strong for me. This person is sure that they want to be with you, sure that they want to, I'm hearing, start a family with you. Not gonna lie, this person is kind of doing things to lock you down. So they may be trying to plan vacations, because it's like, okay, if I plan a vacation and it's 6 months in advance, okay, we gotta at least be together for 6 months. Or let's get a pet, you know, let's get our baby a pet. Oh, you're not ready for a real baby? Okay, let's get a pet. Or you don't want kids? Okay, let's do this instead. Like, let's sign this lease. Let's get a house. This person wants to lock it down. They want to lock it down with long term. Spirit. Any advice on the multiple options? Honestly, I don't feel like it's going to be a problem. I feel like the way that you know that this person is coming is going to be by the fact that you have multiple options, by the fact that a lot of people seem to want to be in your energy and they're interested. But I feel like it's going to be no comparison when it comes to like, okay, who should I choose? Just because this person is kind of giving everything that feels good at this time. Like they're offering you long term, they're going steady, they're showing up consistently. I'm also seeing like going on dates consistently. They're making an effort to see you like every week or multiple times a week. Like it's very consistent. It's not like, oh, we hang out, you know, on the weekend and then I go ghost for 3 weeks. It's like consistent communication, texting every day or talking on the phone every day. Really getting to know each other. That's also a huge indicator. The fact that this person is personally interested in you. That's an indicator when people aren't really serious. Like when they don't ask you any sort of deep questions or they don't want to know anything about your history or your past, or not necessarily your past and history, but who you are as a person. When they don't want to go deeper and they keep it real surface level, honestly, to me at least, that's a red flag. I just saw 1212 on the camera. That may be an angel number you're seeing at this time. Spirit. Any advice on the multiple options? We got the 9 of Cups and the 6 of Wands in reverse, so I don't feel like you're really worried about the multiple options. Nice. The Wheel of Fortune and the Fool card. So Spirit is saying, I'm giving you multiple options so you can have choices, so you can decide, you know, who is the best option for you. You've been asking for some new energy, asking for Spirit to come in and to shake things up for you, to Wheel of Fortune, finally have a winning streak. And it seems like that is exactly what's happening. 9 of Cups, though, really it's just about doing what feels right. And 9 of Cups is a card of like sustainability, long-term stability. So I feel like the person that's offering you the long-term relationship is who's going to get the relationship. But we have the Fool card, so it seems like you're kind of turning over a new leaf, just timeline-wise, like in terms of your life and where it's going. You're turning over a new leaf. You're stepping into energy where it's like you just have more options coming towards you moving forward, period. So you could have more options in work coming through, new friends coming through. It could be something in your chart happening as well. You may have Jupiter in your 4th house right now, or Jupiter conjuncting your 7th house, 5th house, something that would kind of stimulate new friends or desires manifesting, relationships coming in, business opportunities even. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse and the 6 of Wands in reverse. So Spirit is saying really the people who aren't getting your attention are the people who don't make you feel anything. So it's going to be pretty easy. Like Knight of Wands in reverse, when people come through on their same BS or when they don't have any concrete plans, they're not keeping your attention. I feel like you're all about sustainability these days. Like, okay, who's going to be like in it for the long haul, or who really wants to at least get to know me? We don't have to be, you know, married and you know, on the fast track to whatever, but I do have to see an effort that this person is genuinely trying to get to know me. They have to make it clear to me that they're interested. So people are kind of, you know, it's like you're just kind of letting it fizzle out. If people aren't showing up in that energy, it's kind of just not going anywhere. And I don't even see that you're mad about it or feeling away. It's just kind of like very matter of fact. We have the 5 of Swords. Ooh, I just heard Heartbreak Warfare. I haven't heard that song in forever. Heartbreak Warfare. And it actually seems like you're kind of the one calling the shots. Look at you all armored up. Okay. You got your 2 swords on your shields. Like, play with it if you want to. I ain't no spring chicken. I know what I'm doing, and you're not getting let in my life if you're not a good fit, period, point blank, and you don't feel guilty. Finally, I just heard. So maybe that's something that kind of kept you in places longer, giving people the benefit of the doubt in the past, or trying to be too sympathetic to people and what they have going on. We have the 9 of Wands. Like, you're showing up like totally badass. Like, really in your power. Really cool and strong and ready. Like, something about this just feels like I'm not the one. Like, I'm not the one to play with. Yeah, Page of Cups in reverse and 3 of Swords in reverse. Not only 3 of Swords in reverse have you healed from past connections, but Page of Cups in reverse, you're not engaging in past connections or like similar cycles of the past. So let's get on to the timeline It's going to be as clear as day who's the right person for you. Really, I would say trust your intuition and focus on strengthening like your solar plexus chakra, your heart chakra at this time. You can just listen to like solar plexus or heart chakra healing music as you sleep. I like Meditative Mind, but you know, you can look around on YouTube and see what else they have on there. They also have a Spotify, Meditative Mind does, so you can listen to it when your screen is off, like at night or as you're doing chores, whatever, just in the background. Spirit, can I get a timeline for group 3? Nice. Ooh, okay. So we have fall and wait a bit longer. So I feel like this is coming in sooner rather than later. Spirit isn't wanting you to focus on the timeline though. We do have focus on yourself that came out here. And I was just telling that to group 1. I try not to like really bang out the when readings, because a lot of people will focus on the timeline and then they will stop doing everything that was actually aligning them with the timeline we were getting. So if I say love is coming in fall for you, a lot of people will just, you know, cool out, relax, cool, it's already on the way, I'm good. And it's like, well, there's all these things that Spirit's been leading you to do. And so if you don't do those things, your timeline is no longer going to be the same. So try not to focus too much on, okay, I'm good, or, you know, just relaxing and waiting. Focus on yourself. And I feel like Spirit is saying, like, I'm leading you to do certain things at this time. So you definitely want to be tapped into your intuition as well. Third eye chakra, crown chakra energy. We got number 15 and number 19. This could be a confirmation that this is your reading if you're born on the 15th or the 19th. Of course, you can meet this person on the 15th or the 19th of the month. And it can also be a confirmation if the person that you meet is born on either of these days. But I definitely feel this coming in sooner rather than later. Spirit, what else do we need to know about this person, about this connection? We have the jeweled web with connectivity. So I feel like Spirit is kind of saying you really can't see everything now. You can't see why XYZ is happening, but everything really is happening for a reason. So trust that. Everything is happening for a reason. Everything is unfolding in your favor. Spirit has your back. I get a very supportive energy when it comes to you right now. We have the root girl. City girls. We have the root girl with the disowned self. So perhaps there's some shadow work that's good for you to do at this time, or focusing on your authenticity. That's another thing. Working on the solar plexus chakra will definitely help you appear more authentic to the point where it becomes so overwhelming that you literally cannot be fake with people. That's when you know you really solidified and strengthened that chakra, where it's like, I have to be my most authentic self. I don't even have a tinge to try to pretend to be like someone else or to do what someone else is doing, to conform, to put the mask back on, to appear, you know, like I have it all together. We have mindful with groupthink. So I would definitely say taking a social media cleanse would be really good for you at this time. You may be like getting lost in the sauce of groupthink. And I find that a lot, and it can honestly be very damaging. Like you'll see a video of someone talking about, I was on a date and this guy asked me this, and that's like totally inappropriate for him to ask me. So I shut him down with saying this. But if you try it, that does not mean that it'll work for you. You could have a totally different experience. You could have a negative or a threatening experience. And that's the thing about groupthink. It kind of gives you this false sense of power, because it's like, okay, I know that this works, but it's not that it works. It's that it worked for that person. So this could even be you kind of being brainwashed in the sense by media in some way, like with people telling you, oh, do this when you're dating, or do that. This is what men like. This is what women like. This is what people are attracted to. How to make them dangerously obsessed with you. And that may actually be causing you to get further and further off track and to pull the mask up more and more, because it didn't come from you. It came from someone else and their experience. So I would say this is a good time for a social media cleanse, or even to delete an app. I'm hearing Twitter. I know TikTok is a really, really hard one to delete. So if you can, at least for a week, definitely. But if you can, make it more permanent, that may be useful to you, especially if it takes up a lot of your time and your mind and your energy. That's what I have for you, group 3. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And that's what I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 4 with the plum tourmaline, this is your reading. We'll be using the last unicorn tarot for you in a bit. And we're going to see your next committed relationship. With who will that be? And when? When is that happening for you, Spirit, for group 4? Please show us their next committed relationship for group 4. So we have making space, an official date. So this could be someone already on your mind, or this could be something I just heard nesting. So this could be something you're kind of preparing for. Regardless, I do see this person making space for you in their life kind of right away. It feels like this person is like, let me clear out a drawer for you. Let me clear out some room in my closet. Let me add this modification to the passenger seat of my car to make it easier for you because I know you like to apply your lip gloss. Like, it feels like this person is very considerate of you and making it clear that they're interested in you. They're trying to make space for you like really right away. This person right away is making space. And with the official date card, that's really going to be nice. Official date is like an energy of this person taking you on an official date, making it official. They're not trying to give you the okie doke, like, okay, we hung out one time, let's just chill at the cribbo. Like, this person is actually trying to take you out and make you feel special, make you feel loved. I'm hearing they want to make you feel appreciated. And it doesn't matter the cost for them. Ooh, we have playing into your hand. So this could be something that some way, somehow you are actually bringing on, like, through yourself. This could be something that you've intended on doing. Like, this could be something you're very consciously aware of. I am getting an energy of you really valuing yourself these days. So with playing into your hand, whatever your like demands are, I'm hearing demands. This person, it's literally not a problem to them. Ooh, we have talk that talk. Okay, group 4, you better talk that talk. You better tell this person right away. Look at her smirking. She is living her own life. She at the coffee shop, okay? And she is talking that talk. She is not afraid to communicate what she really wants or what she really needs in a relationship. She's talking that talk. And Spirit is really urging you to do so, to be bold about what you want, to be bold about what you need and how you feel. Spirit is like, listen, you better talk that talk. Don't be afraid to tell this person what you require in a relationship, because at the end of the day, they're going to figure it out one way or another. So you might as well weed out the bozos and just tell this person straight up, like, listen, this is what I'm about, and be confident about it. I'm getting a little Meg the Stallion energy, not going to lie. Like a little bit of like, yeah, this is who I am. I'm the stallion. I'm tall. I'm not, the society, what society would consider to be like, conventionally like attractive, or because first of all, let me not even play on Meg's top and even associate with her not being conventionally attractive, because face card never declines, eats down every time. So let me not even associate her with that. But you know what I mean? Like, you may have an unconventional look, like, and it's like there's so many trends that are constantly going in and out of style. It's not at all hard to not be the object of desire from society's standpoint, because it's just constantly changing. Beauty standards are constantly evolving. But we have the quantum entanglement card here, and taking it easy. It seems like you are taking a step back from any connection that's making you feel confused. I'm also getting an energy of you kind of decentering men or decentering women, decentering people in general, like decentering dating, and taking it easy. And I feel like that alone actually got you out of some sort of quantum entanglement that you're in. You may have changed your number, or you may be feeling called to. You may be planning on physically moving, but it seems like people just aren't getting your energy. Like even in relationships, towards the end of your last relationship, or if you're currently still in a relationship, kind of wondering like, will it get better? Or you already know that you're going to be wanting to move forward with someone else. It seems like there's an energy of you like slowly but surely not reacting to certain stuff anymore. So there's this energy of people kind of losing control over you. There's definitely this energy of you divesting your energy wherever it no longer serves you. Taking it easy, cool, calm, collected, and it's causing you to get more attention, I feel. Anything else from this deck? So we have getting to know each other and you get me. So this will likely be a new love connection, someone that you don't know. With getting to know each other, it seems like this is the first time you guys are being exposed to each other and you're moving forward, getting to know each other, talking every day. And with you get me here, it seems like this is kind of your perfect match. Something about your connection with them feels like it's right. It feels like it makes sense. I'm also hearing warm. It feels very warm. It feels like this person understands you. I just saw 555 on the camera, so this may even be like out of your comfort zone, this type of person, maybe someone you would have never saw yourself with before. Like say you're super corporate, you know, and you saw someone or you saw yourself dating someone who's similar. This could be someone who's like more creative, more free-spirited, more adventurous, or vice versa. Say you're more adventurous yourself. You could totally be moving forward with a finance bro or a corporate mommy, like... Spirit, for group 4, can you show us who this is? What is their zodiac sign? What is their energy? We got the Sun that wanted to jump out. We have Capricorn coming out. So heavy on that kind of like work hard energy. This person, ooh, a lot of Earth energy coming out. We got Taurus coming out too. Doubling down on that Earth energy. That's very interesting because Capricorn is known for being like, you know, the hard worker or determined, whereas Taurus is actually more of a receptive energy, more of a work smarter, not harder type of sign, type of energy, type of placement. So I feel like this person has finance figured out. This person is stable. I'm hearing stable. And I'm also hearing it's not all about money. So you may be someone who's trying to decenter money right now. Maybe you're not as focused on, okay, who has the most money? I feel like it's harder and harder to do though. Like prices are only going up. So it's only natural that people are looking more for financial stability in their connections. But maybe you guys will live a lifestyle where money won't be a factor as much, or money won't be the focal point of your relationship. We have fire, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries in terms of signs, but fire in itself is a very life-giving, powerful force. And then we have Mars and Saturn. Okay, so well, Saturn does rule Capricorn, so that would make sense. But I'm like, oh, Saturn and Mars together, that's a crazy combination. That is someone with a lot of personal power, definitely giving more divine masculine energy. We really didn't even get any feminine placements that came out for you. Unless Taurus is a feminine sign. I can't remember off the top of my head. Well, Taurus is ruled by Venus, so I believe that at least partly it would be feminine. But anyways, we have Saturn and Mars here, so a lot of divine masculine energy coming out for them. This person, they can almost come through as a bit intimidating. They definitely go after what they want, but it seems like you're kind of putting them in their place right away, especially with playing into your hand and talk that talk. It's like this person... And they know why you are the way you are with you get me. So don't be afraid to communicate if you're kind of like feeling like, ooh, okay, maybe I shouldn't be as. No, definitely keep with that. Keep communicating your boundaries. Keep setting your standards. Keep setting the tone. But yeah, it seems like this person, like usually they're kind of the person in control, but they kind of have to surrender to you. Oh, Spirit is showing me that moment in Black Panther. You know, when bro was like, when they were like, you know, fighting in the first one, you know, the first one, and he was like, you would kill me, my love? And she's like, for my country? Absolutely. It's giving that kind of energy where this person bows down to you because, listen, you don't play around yourself. You're not soft-spoken and meek, at least not anymore. And even if you are more soft-spoken, it's like when you speak, this person listens. It feels like your words hold weight. And also, they're just playing into your hand. I feel like it has partly to do with the fact that they're just kind of like really in love with you. It feels like right away as well, that they kind of just surrender because they don't want to lose you. And people say that, like, they say when someone really is interested in you, they won't say something that offends you. They will go out of their way to make sure that they communicate as softly and sweetly as possible. So that's how you can tell that this person is genuinely interested. We got Taurus and Capricorn here. So this person brings you a lot of stability. They bring you a strong sense of safety. Spirit is showing me someone check with a bat, like check the front door. So I don't know, maybe that's like an inside joke or, you know, something that you're worried about, but this is the kind of person that won't expect you to check out the noise. If they hear a noise, they're going to check it out. And then we have Aquarius and fire here. So I feel like Aquarius is kind of the energy that throws it all off. Aquarius kind of adds this higher element because Aquarius is air sign energy, and air just strokes the fire. It makes it bigger. It makes it more wild. It kind of adds a higher octave to it. So I feel like this person has a lot of personal power and a lot of determination. And then that Aquarius is just like the intelligent cherry on top. This person knows how to make things happen. They know how to execute. So if you dated people that just had ideas, but no execution, oh, those days are over, group 4. You are going to be released from that. Spirit for group 4. What do they need to know about this connection, about this relationship? How is this manifesting in their life? How is this coming in? We have the 3 of Wands, so you likely see it coming. Oh, nice. We have a true pair. We have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords coming out. So I feel like you guys match each other's energy very, very well. And there's also an energy of polarities here. So if you're someone who's been wanting to live in more of a polarity, like this is the masculine, this is the feminine, I do feel like you'll get that. But also when you guys combine, when you have a true pair that combines, you're able to actually release those roles because you have everything you need within each other. So it becomes a well-oiled machine where this person can show up, you know, when needed. This person can show up when needed. Like I'm getting an energy like we both know how to cook. We both know how to organize a household. We both value cleaning and organization. So it's like you guys are coming together. I hate that 50-50 is so stigmatized right now, but it does feel 50-50 in the sense that both of you bring equal value to the relationship in itself. We have the Ace of Wands, the 2 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands. Oh, that's weird how that came out in a row like that. The Ace to the 2 to the 3. So Ace of Wands, you manifested this, you asked for it, you anchored it in, you told Spirit what you were looking for, you learned your lessons. 2 of Wands, you had to outgrow your old life, outgrow outdated beliefs. And then 3 of Wands, you're at the point where you expect this. So that's also giving me a steps energy, kind of like when you see like 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4 in terms of like angel numbers, where it's like, this is happening very practically, very matter of fact. You're likely going to know when this is coming. And it's because you kind of orchestrated it and planned it that way. I feel like you're doing everything correctly, doing everything the right way. We have the 6 of Coins here. So this is likely going to come at the same time as other blessings. 6 of Coins is giving me an energy of Spirit kind of showering your life with blessings. So look at your astrology chart. You know, to see like what's kind of transiting right now, because you may have some luck, something going on with Jupiter or Uranus bringing you some new opportunities, bringing you some random luck, but it feels like synonymously like all at the same time. So it's like finance is leveling up while love is leveling up, etc. I mean, we do have the 9 of Coins here. or sorry, the Nine of Cups here. So maybe you have been working on yourself, and that's what's kind of bringing this out, because we did get that talk and playing into your hand, taking it easy. So you've kind of like divested from things that weren't serving you. I am seeing a lot of intention that you've put into this process. So I feel like to a degree, you're manifesting this in literally just by having higher requirements of what you expect out of people. Nine of Cups, no longer settling. And also that's an energy of you being okay and comfortable and confident on your own. A relationship doesn't define you. I just heard anymore. So for some of you in the past, you may have been very like self-identified through relationships, but I just really don't feel like that is any longer true. We got the Hierophant and the Emperor here. So the Hierophant, that's very interesting that that's coming in, because the Hierophant is about like wisdom. It's a truth teller and a truth seeker. And then we have the Emperor, which is just like the one that's in control. The Emperor is the one that calls the shots. So I feel like this has been a balance of intention and doing your part, and also allowing Spirit to come through and do some things for you, allowing yourself to learn and grow. We got the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords. You keep having that kind of energy where it's like the one after the other or before the other keeps coming out. But Seven of Swords with Eight of Swords is like an energy of you going from a place of Seven of Swords, self-sabotaging, compromising yourself in relationships, or being compromised by relationships, getting out of character for relationships, adapting qualities that don't serve you. And then Eight of Swords moving into this place where I feel like you're breaking free from that. It seems like, I love how specifically on this Eight of Swords card, even though she's blindfolded and kind of trapped, there's this spirit that's visiting her, and she can sense it even though she's blindfolded. She's reaching out in that direction. And then there's the moon in the background. So I feel like your angels are really coming through to help you and to break you free from the current cycle that you're in. And I feel like you breaking free from Seven of Swords, that self-sabotage that created this unfair playing ground for you, is a huge, huge factor in you manifesting this person that's playing into your hand. Page of Coins at the bottom of the deck, and then being open to new experiences, new love, a new sense of value. All of that combined is bringing you this love you're experiencing moving forward. Spirit, for group 4, can we get a timeline? When is this happening? When is their next committed relationship manifesting for group 4? Nice. We have time is on your side, and we have 05. This could happen on the 5th of the month. This could happen within 5 months. Time is on your side feels like you won't have to worry too much about doing a bunch of like, you know, manifestation work or clearing work or shadow work for this to manifest. It seems like it's already something on your path. We have Don't Give Up, and then we have Tuesday. Tuesday can be a significant date for you. You could be watching this on a Tuesday, or you could be meeting this person on a Tuesday, especially if Tuesday is the day that you do any specific thing. So like say Tuesday is the day that you go to a coffee shop and you work on your laptop. Like this could be someone you meet in that place. Or if Tuesday is the day you have a certain class, you could be meeting this person through that way. Other than that, you may meet them at random on a Tuesday. And with Don't Give Up, I feel like Spirit is telling you not to lose hope. We have 18. You can meet this person on the 18th. 18 could also be a confirmation for you. Nice. We have the months card that came up. So yeah, months, not years. You may be like, what? 5 years? No. Oh, there's another card that flipped over. I just seen it. Speedy. Nice. Yeah, I feel like this is happening sooner rather than later. This relationship is going to manifest within the next 5 months for you. 5 months or less. I'm also seeing 3. So it could be, you know, within 3 months, 3 weeks. It could be within 5 days or 5 weeks. But we have speedy here. So it's going to seem like everything's happening very quickly. And that may be the energy of this connection, because it does seem like this person is very devoted, like kind of right away. So it's like once this connection pops off, it was like nothing, and then it's something. Then it's like all of a sudden everything is popping off at the same time. Everything is happening very quickly. You may find yourself uncharacteristically falling for this person sooner than you like ever have, or sooner than you typically would. Your feelings are likely going to grow for this person very quickly. What else does group 4 need to know, Spirit? We have starting fresh. Yeah, this is going to be a new romantic connection. I really do feel like this isn't someone you know. But regardless, this is going to be, like I said, with that Six of Pentacles that came up before, this is going to be attached to a bunch of new things coming into your life, heavy with the finance energy. A wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. Confirm that in the comments below. A wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. And you deserve it, period, point blank. We have making a difference. It says, my inner light shines far and wide. So I feel like you doubt your own magnetism, or you may not know your own power that you possess. You are a light, group 4. And unfortunately, a lot of people see that and they won't make you hip to it, because once you're aware of your power and your magnetism, then they can no longer use you. You're much, easier to control when you're kept in the dark. Allow your inner light to shine. Allow the light to shine in your life. Allow Spirit to show you new things as well. That's what I have for you. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But that's what I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon.